Hi guys, and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie. Thank you so much for being here. And in today's video, I am going to be doing an entire shower routine. I'm going to break it all down for you guys. I have a little notepad here with so many notes. Before we get into this video, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to tune in to more of my videos. I do post every single Friday. Let's go. So to start this video off, I think I'm going to do a little haul of recent hygiene things I've picked up. And then I'm going to take you guys like in the shower with me to show you how I actually use them. The first thing I picked up is this. This is the Pantene Pro V Daily Moisture Renewal 72-hour moisture shampoo. It smells so good. I like to wear my natural hair and I do use a bunch of natural hair care products. But at the same time too, I don't see anything wrong with going back to the basics, and Pantene has been a staple in my household. So I used it and it really works. It really kept the moisture in my hair. So yeah, and it smells amazing. Now me personally, I use a lot of hair care products, so I don't really care about the smell of my products, but to me it is a plus. I'm more focused on the benefits, but the smell is a plus. But if you really care about that, I highly recommend that. The next thing is a new loofah. I recommend getting a new loofah about every month or so, just because they do harbor a lot of bacteria, but I do like to use loofahs to really scrub and get the dirt off me. When it comes to shaving, I like to stick to kind of like old school things. So this is Barbasol. This is their original shave cream. They have a bunch. They have sensitive, they have aloe, they have original. I do have sensitive skin, but this doesn't really bother me. So I just do original and it lasts a long time and it's great. I had to pick up some more floss. And finally, some toothpaste. If you have been watching my channel for a while now, y'all know I only like Crest. Really any Crest, it doesn't really matter, but my favorites are the Crest Pro Health or the Crest with Scope. Those are like my favorites, but any Crest will do. It doesn't really matter. Now let's get into my shower stuff. We're gonna start from head to toe. So first thing, whenever I go and take a shower, I start with my oral care. First thing I do is I take interdental picks and I just get in between my teeth because I have braces, and it just helps release all the food and everything that got stuck in there throughout the day. Then I take these, which is just floss I use for my braces, and I floss my teeth like normal. Then I take any toothpaste and I go in and I brush, and you're supposed to brush for 2 minutes. So I do exactly that, sometimes even 3. And I get all in my teeth, and then I also brush my tongue. And then I use my tongue scraper and I just get all the white stuff off of my tongue, all the bacteria. I like to swish my mouth with water. I like to use some mouthwash to really just seal the deal. Next, we can move into skincare. At nighttime, I do use a cleanser. Wash my face. I do it for a minute. I use an oil control moisturizer along with serums. Next, we go into hair care. So I wash my hair at least once a week. I also use a scalp scrubber in the shower. It really helps to stimulate hair growth, and also it gives you a deeper clean. And then the first thing I go in with is obviously my shampoo. I do 2 washes generally, 3 if my hair is really dirty, or if I use like beeswax or a lot of oil or something that kind of is hard to get off my hair. I go in with 3, but typically I do 2. And then I go in with conditioner. I let it sit on my hair, and every once in a while I do deep condition. I don't do it that often, no particular reason. I just don't really. Now we're gonna move on. When it comes to actually washing my body, I like to use 2 tools, a loofah and a washcloth. I like to use both. I think they're really good for different things, and I feel clean, really clean when I can use both. I like to use bar soap and body wash when I'm in the shower. So I first go in, I get the bar soap, I wet it and I rub it along the loofah, and then I wash my body thoroughly. And then I go in, I get the body wash, I pour it on my loofah, and I go in for my second rinse. Then I take the washcloth. I also use some feminine wash, but you can also use some bar soap. Dial is a really good one. I put it on the washcloth and I wash my private areas. I then wring it out, I hang it to dry, and that's what I do. For my bar soap, I like to typically keep all my scents together. So currently I am using a vanilla coconut bar soap from Bath and Body Works, and my body wash is cocoa butter scent. For my feminine wash, I like to use something that is non-scented that's really going to get me clean down there. So again, I either use the Dial antibacterial soap, the gold bar specifically, or I've been using this new wash from Walmart and it works really well. And before I shave, I like to use an exfoliator. I like to use an exfoliator about once a week. I like to use it on my lips. I like to use it to just make sure my body is soft, kind of exfoliate some of the dead skin off of me. And this one also matches my scent profile. It is coconut scented. Now to shave. I've been loving these razors. They are reusable and they're from the brand Flamingo. And you get a razor and then you get a whole bunch of different heads. Just periodically you switch the heads out. And that's what I use to shave. And then I use my Barbasol shaving cream. And I like to go against the grain. So that means in the opposite direction that your hair grows. And then getting out of the shower, I do towel dry it. You're really not supposed to. You're supposed to use a microfiber towel specifically formulated for hair, or use a cotton t-shirt. Honestly, I don't always do that. Sometimes I use a towel and I know it's not the best, but that's kind of what I do. So yeah. Then when I get out of the shower, I use a hair cream, and then I use a variety of different oils, and I will pop them all on the screen and let you know what I use them for. I kind of like to use them all, but I do have a favorite. Then for oils and lotions, I like to use both. In the summertime, the oil doesn't really matter, but my lotions, I like them to be thinner just because they're easier to rub in, and plus it's so hot in the summertime, so your lotion can kind of like melt a little bit if you're out in the sun, and I don't really like that feeling. But in the wintertime, I love to use something that is really thick and really moisturizing, such as like Nivea. Lately I've been reaching for this one from Bath and Body Works, and then I also like to use this oil. It really leaves me feeling very moisturized, and I don't feel greasy, but to be honest, I don't mind feeling greasy because to me that means I'm really moisturized. I know some people might have sensitivity issues and they don't really like that feeling, but I do. So that's what I use. Lip care, I have a separate lip exfoliator for my lips. I mean, sometimes I use the same one I use on my body on my lips, but the one on my lips, I only use it for my lips, and I like to use it about once or twice a week. It helps retain the pink color of my lips, but also it just helps me get the dead skin off. I don't have to deal with dry lips because sometimes my lips can be really dry and it's annoying. I like to use Vaseline or a lip balm, a really thick one, at night to really hydrate my lips, and then during the day I really love lip gloss. Okay guys, I am back. That was a lot of information I presented you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me down below, what do you guys like to do for your shower routines? What do you like to do for a regular one or your everyday one? Do you like some of the products I recommended? What products do you guys like? I love trying new hygiene products, and I will see you guys all in my next week's video.